Hey guys, today I'm making a quick video about test cases. So here I'm going to explain what is a test case and how to write test cases. So test case is a series of steps a tester performs in order to test an application to find out what is the actual and expected behavior. Or simply you can say a test case is a document that describes step-by-step process how to test the application. We know the definition of test case. Now let's write some test cases. The test case development should be in very detail. For this tutorial, I'm going to use YouTube login page. Again, I do not work for YouTube or I'm not promoting this website. The purpose of this tutorial, I'm using this site as an example. On your browser, when you type www.youtube.com sign in, this page should display. And then we have to log in using our credentials and it should go to the next page. When testers write test cases, the application is being developed. So we write test cases from BRD, FRD, mockups, or any other documents that are available. But for our tutorial purposes, we have this website already built, so it's much easier. So I have developed a format and wrote some test cases. I'm just going to explain to you guys step by step how I wrote them. So let me go back to the test case. So I'm using OpenOffice. You can use Excel, Microsoft Word, write your test cases. If you're writing test cases in ALM, TFS, you might have additional steps. For example, test case ID, you might have requirement ID, test case ID. It could be instead of description, it could be summary. Then you might need to add steps and so on. This is a basic format, and I have used this format in many companies, starting from startups, mid-sized companies, Fortune 500, 100 companies, and it is okay. And many companies, they do have their format. You follow that. For learning purposes, this simple format is very effective and really easy to understand. If you can grasp this, and it doesn't really matter what format you're using, you should be able to write effective test cases. So here, the first test case I wrote. So let me briefly explain what I have here. So I have test case ID, description or actions, expected results, actual results, pass fail. Again, we're not going to write actual results and pass fail until we execute the test case. Or as I was mentioning earlier, when you were writing test cases, the software is being developed. So when we execute the test cases, then we'll have the result here on actual results, and then based on the based on that we'll pass or fail. So the first test case I wrote: open the browser and expect a result. I said clicking the browser should display browser page. Second test case: enter www.youtube.com login and validate login page. Expected result: YouTube login page should display. So let me bring up the page again. Let me explain a few things here. So this is the page, right? So we have, so when you are on the page, you have this logo here, Google logo. And as you can see, G is uppercase and fonts are in different colors. It's top of the page and is centered. Then you have one account all of Google tag or text, whatever you call it. Then you have sign in to continue to YouTube text. Then we have this background here, this section which has a profile icon. Then you have text box. Then you have a next button. Then you have a find my account link. Then create my account link. Then you have this text here, one Google account for everything Google. And then you have all these logos. So we have to write test cases for all of this, and we can possibly write hundreds of test cases here. So I'm going to write some test cases. For this tutorial, we're not going to able write all the test cases here. So let me go back to my document. The third test case, I said verify login page functionalities. An expected result, login page should have following functionalities. Number one, Google logo. Two, one account, all of Google tag. Whatever I just explained to you guys, I captured those here. And then fourth, I mentioned verify Google logo functionalities. Expected result, Google logo should display top of the page and it should be centered. And then I explained how it should be spelled. The G should be uppercase, and I mentioned the color of the fonts and so on. And then the next section is the one account all of Google tag, and we have to follow the same procedure for all of the functionalities present in that page. So here, so when my test cases pass, I can say as expected, or I can write more details, then I'm going to pass it or fail it. So in this case, I was able to open a browser, so I say pass. So we can follow the same process for the rest of the test cases, right? So that's more of test execution, right? But for writing test cases, just get a mindset that you have to write them in very detail, and that uh, this is the document. From all the documents, you're going to write these test cases, and you're going to follow this document throughout testing the application. So this is more of like a final document we are creating so we can test. And it's just not that one tester will test it. There might be multiple tester, and they should able to pick up your test cases and make sense out of it. They should able to test the application. Hope this helps, and please don't forget to subscribe.